And we are live and we are back. Let's go. I'm Cory, your host, one half at a Quarter Full of Fat podcast. And I'm back like I never left with another installment of Money Mindset here on the Quarter Full of Fat podcast. We discuss health and wealth, finance and fitness, and everything in between. We want to make sure you save more and say less and keep making better your best. Yes, yes. However, with my co-host Jordan on paternity leave, we started these Money Mindsets, formerly known as Wealth Wednesdays, where we get straight to the financial information, no filler in between. And I know y'all see the topic of today's video. I know last week we talked about 284,000 is how much money Americans saying they need. Today we're going to get into an article, a little bit older article from August of last year, 2023, talk about even the rich Americans think they still don't have enough money. But before we get started, make sure y'all comment, like, share, subscribe. Leave those rating reviews on the podcast platforms. Shout out to the YouTube algorithm as well. My information, as well as my co-host Jordan information, can be found in the description on YouTube. Jordan is Stop Stalling J on socials. His business page is FinallyFit.live. That's where you can go to sign up for the 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday and Wednesday virtual training sessions. This is the beginning of the year. Health is wealth. Shout out to y'all who always make New Year's resolutions but make no progress. But hey, Jordan and his wife gonna help y'all make some progress. So y'all get over to the classes. For myself, sideline_Cory on socials. You can reach out to me for the financial coaching information. Y'all got New Year's resolutions. Y'all trying to pay off some debt, build some savings, down payment, whatever it is. You can reach out to me and I will help you get started on the right foot. Or you started on the right foot, but then you fell off track. I'm gonna help you get going in the direction you want to get going in when it comes to your finances. And if I can't help you, then I'll just tell you I can't help you. All right, first session is free for me. That's shout out to Cam Mace Pause. The first coaching session is free. All right, now student loans. Still no update on student loans. We got update on the car payments, but still no update on the student loans. I mean, we talked about the student loans as far as how the restart went terrible, but I don't think we have anything as far as anything besides that. Yeah, crazy, not many people. Yeah. For those who don't know, we vote for a new president in less than, 9 months? No, 10 months? February, March, April. In 10 months, we're going to vote for a new president in less than 10 months. So we'll see what, Biden is talking about on the student loan front. Is Biden going to tell y'all to vote for him so he can forgive the student loans again? I don't know. When I say forgive the student loans again, as if he forgive them en masse, like he was talking about. We'll see if that's what the talking point is. All right. Now, we talk about these daggone car payments. Now, I can't remember what the last car payment was, but this says it was updated on January 1st of this year. Still says $724 for a new car and then $533 for a used car as far as the monthly car payment. Still egregious, still unreal, still out of control. Look, if that's what your car payment is, recommendation is you aggressively pay that off. That is too high for a car payment, new or used. All right. But before we get started, y'all know what I'm about to say. Don't sue me, sue your mama. This is for entertainment purposes only. Myself, no Jordan, her fitness or finance professionals. Anything you hear on here is for entertainment purposes only. And you need to reach out. Seek out a professional and do your own research before taking any action. All right. Let's get started, y'all. Rich Americans are saying they are still broke. And now we're going to go to Bloomberg. Every now and then we do a Bloomberg article. I feel like we do a Bloomberg article maybe quarterly. Maybe is it quarterly we do a Bloomberg article? We're going to talk about, and when y'all see this, I'm not making fun of these people. These might be actors. I'm not making fun of these people, but the fact that they got a pregnant lady, and I assume is her, I don't know if it's her husband or not, because you can't see her left hand. You can't see his left hand. Let me make sure y'all can still see this from sharing the screen. Let me zoom in one. Bloomberg Wealth. This is not Bloomberg. This is Bloomberg Wealth. Excuse me. Rich Americans feel like they don't have enough. Shout out to Alicia Jusevic. That's the person who did the photo. This is by Claire Ballantine, August 17th, 2023, 1 p.m. All right. Do you think you're rich? My colleague, Charlie Wells, and I set out to ask objectively wealthy Americans this simple question. Objectively, what does objectively wealthy mean? I guess no debate. This is going to be a short article, short episode, but every now and then, and by every now and then I mean like every other paragraph, we run into words which I wish to clarify. I hope they tell us what objectively wealthy means when it comes to objectively wealthy Americans that they're stating here, because I'm not sure exactly what that is. I've never seen anything saying what objectively wealthy is. Does that mean they have $1 million net worth, they make a certain income, DTI as far as the debt to income ratio? Like, what exactly does that mean? And again, as always, first time looking at this article, so we're gonna get the live reaction. Y'all gonna get the live reaction, but we as me being a part of all right, the results were shocking. Many of them say they are just getting by, and others consider themselves poor. I wonder if we'll have some income around the 284,000, like on the last episode. They surveyed 1,000 rich people, those who make at least 175K. So that means that 284K population is in here. Roughly the amount. Where do these people live at? Roughly the amount required to crack the top 10% of tax filers, and a significant portion feel like they don't have enough. Read the full story here. Shout out. Oh, I'm not going to talk about where I'm at, but where my wife and I are at, but because she gets a significant amount of money that's not taxed at all as far as the tax filing status. Shout out to disability income from the VA. Anyways, it's a surprising outcome considering that these are the folks who own their homes, work in jobs paying six-figure salaries, and have solid balances in their retirement accounts. So why don't they feel like it? Well, I would say if it starts at 175,000, only one of the people make 100K, and it's possible that they both don't make 100K. I mean, 90 plus 90 is 180, so the difference is over 200K. But it's not like both people are making 100K. And 175K, in all honesty, I would say like that is the bottom. Like 171 in that 150, 200K range. Depends on where you live at. Yeah, double the household income, whatever the median household income is of the state. Double that, I would say, is where you get to the quote unquote rich people status. And again, you can adjust that for particular areas like New York, LA, Chicago, whatever it is. But I would say when you get to around double the median household income, that's when I would say you consider somebody quote unquote rich, just flat out based off their income. That's assuming they have no debt at all besides their mortgage. You start adding on the car payments, 2 car payments, on the student loan payments, 2 student loan payments. You start adding on the average amount of credit card payments, which is 4 per person. So 8 credit cards, you got 2 people, right? When you start adding on the debt, then now you got to increase it. But I would say no debt besides your mortgage. When you get to double the median household income, which means it's going to range anywhere between $90 to $100,000, $90 to $180,000. Also, too, as I said, I've been watching episodes. Y'all can hear my keyboard. I already apologize for new listeners. I apologize for my keyboard. I be clicking and clacking like a mug on that keyboard. I type fast. Shout out to Dr. Nimish from Arundel High. Everybody take that keyboard in class. Let me see. This is gonna be 2000. I guess they don't have the 2023 data yet. Let's see what it is by state real quick. I mean, it's usually anywhere from 45,000 to low end, like Mississippi, things like that. And then Maryland, DC, New Jersey on the high end around 90K. Let's see by state. Sorry, y'all, it's taking so long. Here we go. Share this tab instead. This is this is 2021, so the assumption, this is Wikipedia. Okay, here we go. World population. This is what I was looking for. Can I get a chart? Okay, so Maryland, again, Maryland, DC, if you didn't know, Maryland, DC are the same place. Okay, they're not the same place by definition, but I mean, they're the same place. So 90,000, again, the bottom is, 48,000. So 50. So again, 100K to 180K. If you make 100K in Mississippi, you're going to be doing pretty well. West Virginia, Louisiana, right? But then you talk about making 180K living in Maryland, where I live at, or DC. If you have, and by the way, this is no debt, no kids. So DINK. But dual income, no kids, no debt. DINKD, DINKND. Dual income, no kids, no debt. If you're in that situation, then 180K in Maryland, you're doing well. You're going to be doing well, as long as your house is in a reasonable price range. Don't go out and buy a crazy house. All right. But with all that being said, this 1,000 people, 175K, depending on where they ask these people. I know based off their tax filing status is that, but you got to add in other financial markers to say someone's quote unquote rich, not just their income, especially how much people are living paycheck to paycheck, right? All right, and a significant portion feel like they don't have enough. All right, read the full story. Okay, read the full story here. Wait, why don't we have the full story? Yeah, I want the full story. Hold on, y'all. This is what I was looking for. They gonna make okay. I'm about to say they're gonna make me pay to read the full story. That's what I thought. Anyways, it's a surprising outcome considering that these are the folks who own their we talked about that 6 of jobs and they got retirement. Why don't they feel like it? Inflation is a big reason. Okay, prices increasing. Getting this from August of last year, with everything from gas to groceries, which is inflation, to college tuition. I wouldn't say college tuition would make it so that people who make 175K don't have money because you don't have to pay for that, like gas and groceries. Guess you ain't got to pay for gas now, right? If you go electric. Becoming more expensive, it takes more money than ever for the average American to feel financially secure. Not to mention, too, if you're in this 175K range, you're in the top 10% of tax filers, one would say you might be doing 529/ESAs. You're saving for college ahead of time. Hopefully. All right. It takes more money than ever for an average American to feel financially secure. In fact, more than half of respondents in our survey said they worry about money. The other big issue, comparisons to others. Okay. FOMO, keep up with the Joneses. With social media making it possible to see how your lifestyle stacks up against others. So social media, FOMO, y'all got to get off social media. It's the biggest drug. Now we're seeing the tripod warriors out here. See people setting up their tripod, going to Target, whatever it is. The tripod, I mean, if there were, I'm not a mental health professional, but the tripod people have a disease that is unreal. You've been diagnosed by Silent_Cory on the Corner Full of That podcast. If you see somebody posting up a tripod, I'm not saying you should call the police or like a mental health professional, but like they need help, and that's got to stop. That's just my 2 cents on that. Get off my soapbox real quick. With social media making it possible to see how your lifestyle stacks up to others, it's easy to feel inferior. Also, the more money you make, the more you tend to spend, also known as more money, more problems. A huge aspect of our findings revolved around moving. I talked to dozens of rich people, and many of them were interested in relocating to places, where the salary go further. I think Texas, Florida, and even New Hampshire. That led to us develop an interactive tool where you can see how far your money would go in other places across the country. Say you make 100. Okay, here we're going to get into the numbers based off where you live at. 100K in New York, your income would be 15.7% higher than the area's median. But in Albuquerque, New Mexico, you would be 71.4% higher than the median. I tell people all the time, 100K in New York, just like flat out based off the income in that area, is still, 15% higher than the median income in that area. But the issue is the cost of living there. So what does this all mean? On one level, these folks are the ones who hold the power positions in society, mayors, business owners, doctors. If they don't feel rich, that could affect what kind of political stances they take and the amount they give to charity and other social programs. Cool. I guess if you have money, then you give to these people programs. If you don't have money, you don't have money. I think people who have money tend to lean conservatively. That's just the general logic with that. Obviously, people who have money are liberals as well, but I think people who donate, give to charity, give their time and things like that, regardless of how much money they have, that's just something in you to be that type of person, not just based off of your quote unquote income. But on another level, it also means feeling financially secure is harder than I've ever imagined. Maybe there isn't a level of wealth that means you stop stressing about money. I wouldn't say it's a level of you call it wealth. There's all these different terms now. Wealth. What does wealth mean? Right now, there's all these various terms that everybody's arguing about: financial stability, all these various things. I would say when you get to a point where you feel comfortable, whatever your definition is, then you're good to go. Everyone can define all these different terms of how much you need to make, whether it's $1 million, 500K, 100K, how much you need to make, right? It's how much you make versus your DTI, meaning how much you make versus how much you're spending a month on your debt versus how much you have left over in general versus what your net worth is versus how much you have just in assets. Like, it's all these different markers you can use from a financial standpoint to determine your wealth. And this is using just flat out income based off of tax filing information. I would say it depends on what it is for you, right? For me, I would say it's a combination of everything, not just how much money you make based off of where you live at. It's also, my phone's going off for all these to go to the gym tomorrow. Not just based off how much money you make, based off how much money you have left over on a monthly basis. So you're budgeting. Based off of what your DTI is, right? Your debt to income ratio, based off of how much money you're investing. not just what your net worth is, but based off of how much money you're actually investing on a monthly or yearly basis. And on top of that, what your actual net worth is and what you're doing going forward long term. All those various things you use to see how wealthy you are. And a lot of people are just getting started on their wealth building journey because they're working on paying off their debt, building their savings, and increasing their income. So they're still in the process of building their wealth, right? They don't have wealth yet. A lot of people say you would consider yourself being wealthy, not if you hit like the millionaire status or anything like that, but in short, once your home is paid off and then you've been investing consistently for 20, 25, close to 30 years, by then you should be wealthy based off of how much you make and where you live at. Because obviously going to be different for everybody based off of their income. Because I believe it's teachers in the top 5 most likely to be millionaires. I got to find that survey and then memorize the order. But yeah, teachers have a high, they don't make a lot of money, but they have a high percentage chance as far as the job field to become millionaires. And a lot of that is probably due to them being, process-based people, right? 'Cause teachers are about doing the same thing, checking things off the list and getting things done. So that kind of helps. And a lot of people in that top 5 are like the engineers. Lawyers aren't up there. I think CPAs, financial advisors, those type of people are up there. All right. And then it all out. It sounds kind of depressing, but I see it as a great equalizer as well. There's something strangely comforting about knowing that people making 3 times my salary are worrying about money too. I wouldn't say it should be comforting. I understand what they're saying like that. As I always say, most people are struggling financially. Yes, a lot of people are struggling financially, but I don't think you should feel better because people who make more money than you are doing worse off. That would be sort of like a glass half empty type of mindset, because then that will put you in a position to possibly say, well, why should I go, and make more money if people who say I make 50K, people make 150K, if I said 3 times, you make 100K, people make 300K. The people who make 3 times my income are in general in the same financial situation that I'm in. Why would I have any drive to go and make more income / improve my financial situation? Whatever you want to insert here for, doing better with your money. So yeah, it's comforting from the sense of you're not alone, right? A lot of people are struggling with their money, but I wouldn't be happy about or comforted from the fact that people make more money than me are doing worse. I'd be upset. I'd be like, dang, how much money do I need to make? Right? If people make 3, but if people make 3 times the amount that I do, nah, please tell me y'all doing well off. I don't want to know that y'all struggling. But again, I wouldn't look at them struggling or making, should I say, 3 times the amount of money I make, and then they're struggling. I would find the people who have the same mindset around handling their finances that I do that make 3 times the amount of money as me. So there are people who do make 3 times the amount of money than me, and they're in a worse situation. When I say me, myself, my wife, I'm just talking about myself right now, but make more money than us. But if they're doing worse off than us because they have a different mindset than us when it comes to handling money, I have no issue with that. That'd be my expectation. You make 3 times as much as I do, but decisions you make, I believe, from my mindset, are bad financial decisions, thus you in a situation that you're in. Versus people who have the same mindset as me. Hey, they're making 3 times as much money as I make, and they'd be doing what I will be doing when I be, once my income triples, right? But that's it, y'all. Locked and loaded. I told y'all this is gonna be a quick one. End of the episode. All right. Make sure y'all comment. See, I've been going to the wrong one. Make sure y'all comment, like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to the YouTube algorithm. Leave those rating reviews on the podcast platforms as well. I had to redo my schedule. I told y'all I'm getting over being sick. People are like, dang, Cory, you've been sick for like three episodes. Don't worry about that. I don't be popping that much medicine because I want myself to fight it off. Look, this is the first time I've been sick. Doing a podcast. We're going on 3 years now. The last time I was sick when I got the jab for the panorama, but that got me sick. But I'm good. But I was sick at the beginning of the year. My wife and I redid our schedule, so I moved the time, so I'm recording at night, so I can edit in the morning. So we still, rearranging our schedule now that our son is sleeping more. So we get all that figured out. But like I said, I'm gonna get through some of the old episodes. I'm gonna start recording more so I can get through the old articles that I have. And like I said, now I got my schedule all situated. Gonna be able to start. Goodness gracious, I got so many notifications and things to do. I'm gonna start. God dang it! I wonder if y'all can hear that. I'm gonna start chopping up the videos to smaller pieces. so we can get more uploads more frequently as well. So you're still gonna get these general episodes where I record everything at one time, but then I'm gonna start breaking those up so you guys can see them and it hits the algorithm more often, so we can get more traction on the podcast. All right. But that's it, y'all. Locked and loaded. Remember to save more and say less. Keep making better your best. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.